So nice.
Hey everyone, it's Kato, and in today's video we are going to be using the new Mario items, but we're going to be trying to make them work for a cottagecore or fairycore, just trying to make them blend into your island a little bit better. That is my goal here. If you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, but let's just get right into it. So first thing first, I wanted to try using the new block items. So I'm gonna have to take away some of this stuff. I'm just using this little area over here. I have this apiary. None of this I intend on keeping, but I just wanted to try to repurpose some of these items and show you guys some ways that you can use them on your island if you wanted to try to use them without doing a Mario theme specifically. So we're just using this area because I had a little bit of room over here to work with. So first thing first, I wanted to use the block items, and I just wanted to show you guys how you can actually place items on top of these, and you can really make a brick wall out of them. And me personally, I don't really love the coloring of these blocks, so I'm gonna actually use a fence to hide them. But first I'm gonna place all of my blocks down, and then I'm going to place some different items on top. So we're gonna do that, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here you go. I used the vertical board fencing. It's the tallest fencing option, and I actually really love it. It's turning into one of my new favorite fences. A lot of these things are going to be perspective based. So if I was going to use this on my island, I would want to have it in an area that I wasn't necessarily going to access close to that area, because I would be able to see the blocks and you would kind of lose the illusion of the brick wall behind the fencing. You would just be able to tell that they were the Mario items. And for me personally, I don't really love that look. So a lot of these are going to depend on perspective. And like I said, I'm not going to keep this area, but I was just trying to show you guys some different things. So the next thing we're going to do is actually mess around with the floating blocks a little bit. So they honestly don't fit great behind trees, but they fit well enough that I feel like I can make them work, especially if you're doing a fairycore style of island. I may actually use these because there are so many things you can place on top of them, which is really nice. You can actually place items on them, and it looks super cute, like everything is floating. So I'm going to place a couple of these, place some items on top of them. I also like it because you can actually walk underneath these blocks, no issues, which is amazing. So I'm gonna place some things, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. So one thing I do want to point out with these floating blocks specifically, if you're going to put something on top of them, it's important that you're standing in the right place depending on which way you want something to face. So as you can see, I moved the tree. I thought the dollhouse would turn a certain way, but it didn't. So I'm actually going to have to take these out, stand on the other side, and place the dollhouse. And I'm trying to find the right color that I want to use here. But you see, you have to face a certain direction depending on which side of the item you want to see, because you cannot turn them once they're up there. So that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, so as you can see, I have these dollhouses floating above the trees now, and I really like the way this looks. I feel like if you had a very full foresty area, maybe on a fairy court island, this would look amazing. You can also place really anything on top of these if you wanted to do plants or more butterfly models, all of that stuff. And I'm going to show you guys another perspective with these later using the floating blocks and a butterfly model. But I love the way these dollhouses look in the trees. I think they are super cute. So next up, I'm actually going to open my Island Designer app and put on my construction helmet because I am going to do a little bit of terraforming here. I'm going to be using one of my favorite Mario items, which is the pipe. If you guys haven't seen this already, you can place 2 pipes on your island. I guess I should say 2 or more pipes, and they will teleport you from different places on your island to another location wherever your second pipe is. So I will probably only ever have 2 on my island because I will normally use them, put 1 in my house and 1 wherever I'm decorating, so I can easily access my storage while I'm building. I can just jump in the pipe, head to my house, and then come back. If you have more than 2 pipes, just keep in mind that it'll be random which pipe you come out of later, so you may have to go in and out to get to the right location that you're going for. But I wanted to show you guys how I would include the pipe on my island if I was going to keep it. I probably won't, but I wanted to show you that you can easily disguise the pipe and you can access it from multiple levels, which is really nice. So if I had another pipe on my island, I could just hit A next to the pipe right here, go in, and then I would go to that other location. Since I only have 1, I'm just coming out here. But you can also access the pipe from the second tier as well. So I'm going to do a little terraforming here, disguise this pipe a little bit more, and then I will come back with the final product. Alright, so here we go. I have the pipe hidden right here, and I did want to check earlier and make sure that I wasn't going to pluck this flower every time, and you definitely don't. So you're just going to hit the joystick forward like you're trying to walk into the pipe, and then hit A, and you will jump right in. And I like how it's just kind of tucked in this little hole right here. It's kind of inconspicuous. If you don't know it's there, you probably won't pay that much attention, which I really like, especially from the main level. You won't be able to see it. So this is what everything is looking like so far. Next up, I just wanted to add in a couple of the mushroom items and show you guys how those look. I like the new mushroom items because you are able to stack things on top of them, which is really nice. All of this stuff you're able to stack things on top of, which really helps with just layering. So I'm going to place these items now, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I've added in my 2 mushrooms here. I'm actually not going to stack anything on top of mine just because I already have the butterfly and the dollhouses over here stacked on top of the blocks. So I think it would just be a little bit too much floating in the air. But just keep that in mind that you can place things on top of these. And I like that there are different color customizations of the mushrooms. I wish they had let us customize the pipe and the blocks, but I do really like these mushrooms as well. Alright, so coming over here to my farm area right here, I wanted to show you guys one more way to use the floating block that I think would really look nice in a perspective style build. So I'm coming over here. This will work behind any house, and you can play around with the placement of all of this, obviously. But I really like how it looks when you put a floating block behind a house and then you just place a butterfly model on top of it. So I actually think this would work best if you had your house on a lower tier and then you had a cliff overlooking your houses. That way you could see the model a little bit better. So I'm gonna run over and get on the cliff so we can see what it looks like. Alright, here we are. You can see the butterfly just peeking over the house. You can't see the floating block behind it. Obviously, in this situation, if I were to keep this over here, you would be able to see the block if you walked past the house. But I really like the way this looks with that butterfly just right over the top of the house. I think it looks really nice. It's kind of the perfect height and just adds a little bit of interest on top of the house where we wouldn't have had that before. Obviously, you can play around with placing other items up here like this. Maybe you try some planters or whatever you'd like, but I really do like the way this looks. Alright, I wanted to come back over here and just give you guys one last look at the Mario inspired area on my island, repurposing several different Mario items. These are definitely my favorite of the Mario items that came out. These are the ones that I'm most likely to use. I look forward to playing with these items, especially on my Fairy Core Island. I think they will work really nicely. I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you guys plan on using these items? Are you gonna repurpose them? Do you plan on using any of these ideas? I would love to know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.